In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to level up your UniFi networks with the Beambox customizable Wi-Fi login. So to get started, we're on our Beambox dashboard. If you've just opened an account up, you'll be presented with the UnFi Integrator. If you haven't just opened an account, then you'll be able to add a new location by heading to your locations in the navigation, selecting new location and then clicking on UniFi. Within the integrator, we'll be prompted to add our controller URL as well as a username and password for the controller. Now there's a few different ways in which you can actually provide your controller URL, and the main thing to understand is that what we need is a link where we can remotely access your cloud controller. So that could be a cloud key that's been port forwarded, it could be a self-hosted controller through Amazon Web Services for example, or in our case we're going to use Hubbox, who provide one-click UniFi controllers in the cloud. It's probably the easiest way to get set up if you don't yet have a cloud controller, and also provides the advantage of not having to rely on hardware such as with a cloud key. So once I'm signed in here, I'm just going to quickly grab my controller URL. Hubbox provide host names, however, if it's a port forwarded cloud key or another controller, it will usually be an IP with a port on the end. So I'll grab their IP and I'll head back here. Now I'm going to enter my IP address, and on the end my port is going to be 443. If you are on a Cloud Key Gen 2 or a UDM Pro, then your port will be 443. On all other controllers it's typically 8443. We can always help you find the correct port if you're a little bit confused about that. We do also have our help documentation which goes through the controller options in a little bit more detail. Now I've entered this, I'm going to go ahead and enter my information and click next step. It's going to let me select the site that I want to activate Beambox on. Now if we have a UniFi controller with lots of different sites, this allows us to actually scope the integration within a certain UniFi site. A good way of looking at it is that one Beambox location is equal to one UniFi site. And it's convenient if you're managing a whole lot of different venues under one controller. I'm going to hit next step here, and it's going to do all the magic behind the scenes for me. So what I can now do is I can head over to my controller, and if I just log in quickly, I can head over to my settings, and we can see here I've got my guest network that's been set up. If you don't have the guest network, you just need to add one, and when you do add one, you'll notice that in the authentication type there's an external portal that's set up here. And all of the configurations for this external portal have been added for you already. We can see them here. Now, it's important that you don't touch any of this. It's all as it should be. And what it will do is it will make sure that when guests log into your Wi-Fi, they're passed over to the correct login page. It really is that simple. It's now set it up for you. And when a guest successfully passes through your Wi-Fi login, the Beambox integrator will communicate with your controller in real time and give them full internet access. Now it's important that this connection stays available consistently, so make sure that your controller is always available and doesn't go down for any reason. When it comes to managing your Wi-Fi login, you'll do this all from the Beambox platform. You can utilize our 5-step setup to manage everything from the look and feel of your Wi-Fi login to what data you collect, how you want to promote after guests have logged in, and also how guests use your Wi-Fi with access limits. And that's the Beambox UniFi integration in a nutshell. Remember, we have a brilliant support team on standby who have set up thousands of UniFi networks, so just get in touch if you need any guidance or support.